Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman, this is my lovely wife Jen. Today we're watching the trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We did a watch through probably about a year ago now of Rise, Dawn, and of War. I think it's one of the best independent trilogies that has come out in probably the last decade or two. That's not part of like a greater universe like Marvel or something else. That's just like a coherent trilogy in its own right. It's one of those cases where because that trilogy was so good and each movie I felt got better and better, you could argue Dawn and War, Dawn might have been better, but I loved War, that because they were so good, when we're coming back, and I don't know if Caesar's gonna be involved in this, I don't know if it's gonna be like a continuation of like Caesar's son, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I want it to be good so bad, and I cannot wait to watch the trailer. You saw the Planet of the Apes movies for the first time with me, and I know you love them, so how are you feeling going into the trailer for this one?
I'm really excited, really just to see Planet of the Apes in any capacity, but I am also curious about Caesar because I love Caesar. I thought that all those movies were pretty strong across the board. From the characters to just the quality of the movie, I felt was really high. It's one of those movies where on paper, and I know that there was an original
several
Planet,
ones.
However, on paper, the idea of making a movie that centers around apes, like a world of apes, is kind of difficult to do, you know, without it being sort of laughable. They did a great job and it turned out really well. So I'm curious to see how this one is gonna go. Is it gonna veer off completely? I'm just very, very curious.
Yeah, and if you were here when we did our watch-alongs, it was when we were at the old house and we were in that 4 or 5 month period with no internet. Bring it to home, we had to buy them on 4K Blu-ray to watch them. I ended up going back and buying the box set of the originals, and I watched some of the original films, but I'd never seen them actually through myself except for a couple quick clips. They destroyed it all that. I love Planet of the Apes. I still really want to show you the Tim Burton one. I know the one with Mark Wahlberg. I don't know if it would do well on the channel or not, but just to compare the difference between these and the Tim Burton one.
I mean, yeah, I've heard that it's pretty horrible.
Well, you know, it's different.
That means that it is downright horrible.
I'm just glad that they rebooted the franchise, that 20th Century still had faith in it and continued on with Rise and Dawn and War. All right, well anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Kingdom of Planet of the Apes.
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Memories?
Not memories. New things.
See, that looks like Caesar to
I
me.
see everything.
Riding the horses, just like the original.
Oh,
That is not everything.
Oh, see his pendant is the thing from Rise.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this.
Oh. I know you love those apes.
I do.
Oh.
Nope, not gonna be able to handle this. I can already tell.
Look at that.
They
That's
look
incredible.
so good.
What a wonderful day!
Ooh.
Memorial Day. Well, we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh, might actually have to wait to react to it.
That might actually be Caesar's son.
Yeah, so that first shot looked just like Caesar, and then I'm like, maybe that's Caesar's son, or maybe that one moment was Caesar, and it's like a flashback sequence or something.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if maybe they were doing the time gap between Rise and Dawn, because it was like 10 years between that, like when the apes kind of take over and the whole human population dies off. This might be continuing after War as well, when like all the humans aren't able to speak anymore, and maybe they'll be kind of infighting among different tribes of the apes. I don't know, but either way, it looks really solid. I have high hopes for this. I want it to be good so bad. I think that it will be. It seems like every time they do a new Planet of the Apes movie, they keep trying to go make them look more and more realistic. There were a couple parts there that looked kind of the same as like Rise did. in like group settings of the apes, but anything close up or like one-on-one between the ape and the camera looked really, really solid.
Just like the previous Planet of the Apes movies, it seems very emotional. Now that I've had those movies kind of time to marinate, I'm really, really excited for this one especially because now that I have the knowledge that I do, I'm very attached to Caesar. So even if that's not Caesar, it's his son, still I'm invested in those characters. I think it's gonna be a crier.
Yeah, I think
I can already
too.
tell.
I would love to watch some of the originals together, like the 1968 one. I know it'll be a little bit dated, and when I watched it for the first time myself, there were some weird things with like Charlton Heston getting with some girl like that was
One
captured.
of the apes?
No, well, yeah, sort of, but not really. But there was like a human girl that was captured. She couldn't speak, and he just like got with her, and she didn't like do anything.
Like she couldn't, what?
Anyway,
Wait, she couldn't speak in real life?
none of the humans could speak, so he just like was like in a cage with her, and he was like, you know what, I'm Charlton Heston, so here we go, girl. You know, the end of Planet of the Apes, the original '68, was one of like the most iconic, one of the first real twists in a movie that people were like, oh my god, like M. Night Shyamalan before
Right,
Shyamalan.
right.
Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We'll read those down below. Let us know some of your thoughts. We'd love to read some of those. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.